Hi everybody, welcome to the Vaal. Time to have a look now at our main track, the Vaal track for the Thursday meeting. Daryl Marie's with me, and we've got a full show. We've got some reruns for you throughout the preview, and looking forward to the card. Start of race number 1. There's a reminder about your QR code when you open your Betway account. You've got our WhatsApp number, I hope, and that you're already communicating and making money in the horse racing game. First race is a juvenile plate, and it's over 1,200 meters. Can tell you that from a betting perspective, they've got the Bachelorette, whom we've got a replay of. Keegan De Mello's riding that for the Sean Terry stable, is priced up at around 15 to 20 or thereabouts. The 15 to 10, I beg your pardon. The 5 Arrogance is at 5 to 2. There's been some interest in the first timer because it's been shortening all week. 1 Volcanic Heat is 3 to 1, and number 3 No Drama is at 11 to 2, and that's the replay we're going to start, is having a look at No Drama. So let's take a look at it. Daryl Marie, morning with me. Go back to that last start when running over the turf.
Yes, also in this race was Queen Layla, Clyde. Now she's the grey filly towards the outside. No Drama in the blue. TKP Racing stayed on nicely for 5th on this occasion. We all know what Get Up went and did, Clyde. So form line has been franked.
The Bachelorette now moves well on this occasion, travels in their hands nicely.
What price you take over here, Clyde?
Yeah, overs, really.
1 to 10.
Yeah.
Oh, as she got a smack, I don't know if it was the stick that made her stop or greenness, because it was a debut effort. But, I mean, you would be bitterly disappointed if you had backed her because you were collecting.
You were collecting. But Love Not War, the third horse, is franked that, so
Correct.
that helps, doesn't it?
And she came out and ran 3rd in the Pretty Polly.
Yeah.
So
you're quite bullish on the Bachelorette.
Clyde, we only need the first race runner home, and have a look at the weight that the Bachelorette's running off. 55. I don't believe a filly like number 1, Volcanic Heat, can give her 5 kgs. So that rules her out. And she should have the beating of Queen Layla. And Queen Layla and No Drama represent similar form lines.
Yeah.
So I'm confident that will be the first race runner home. However, from what I saw in debut, I expected her to win from where the position she was in, and she never got the job done. So I think if this first timer comes alive and the anti-post market
seems to indicate it,
does ring a few bells,
yeah,
that she could be something special. And if she is, I think she'll give this favourite a
nicely bred.
Yeah. Now her full sister, Clyde, Al Gringa, we haven't seen her in quite some time.
But nice horse.
Yeah, I mean, she won 2 from 4.
Yeah.
Both over 1,400. She's a lovely filly. I hope we get to see her.
Well, if she's anything like Al Gringa, she's a big runner, yeah.
Yes. So, Clyde.
All right.
Banker number 9 in the bar pot.
Got it.
Respect and healthy respect for the first timer. Follow the market. If the market and the volume speak, I might have a little bit of a bet.
Okay.
Although I'm not a first-timer gambler.
We're following up with the number 12 onward in the second leg of the buy pot. That's our other banker. That cost 72 Rand. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get on to race number 2. It's a maiden plate, and just over 1,400. It's up the straight, remember. Don't forget that. And onwards, top of the boards, it's favourite at 28 to 10. Gavin Larena riding for the De Kock team. They have backed this horse. I think it was 7 to 2 and shortened to 28 to 10. 2 Anahita is 4 to 1, and number 1 Lady Willows is at 9 to 2. 4 Eliza Mbali is at 5s, and then you can get 8 to 1 about the number 9 horse, who is Be All You Can Be, and 10s and better about the balance. We've got the replays for you. I think we're starting with Anahita, right? Yes, this is Anahita's last start, right, Daryl?
Yeah, now this filly, Clyde, has been bitterly disappointing. I mean, she put up some decent efforts early in her career, and then sure, she lost the plot. This might be the worst form line on the Halfveld in recent times. The worst, shocking.
Yeah, the only one we're waiting for, Bakshish has got a run that hasn't featured. Okay.
Now, yes, onward, Clyde. On this occasion, she actually pinged the gates, and Richard decided to sit on the winner's girth, if I'm not mistaken. The winner came back at her. I'm sure Calvin took this filly to the front. Yes, she did. And, the stable's firing, Clyde. The stable has got a fit filly here in good form. She's drawn 2, and I would like for you to do a request on my behalf, Clyde. Can't they give us the information of where the starting stalls are going to be positioned? Did you see at the last main track meeting, they were positioned up the inside, and all the action was on the inside. Now, if they position on the outside, we're going to be favouring the outside going, yeah, I'm sitting in the dark. She's drawn 2. What I can say is she's a fit filly, and I don't think Gavin's going to be looking for any cover on a fit filly behind inexperienced sorts. He's going to let her, obviously if Secret Life goes, he'll have a nice perfect toe through, but if she pings the gates, he'll let her do her own thing up front, and I don't think she'll miss the top 2. Anahita, Clyde, has changed stables, and there's an equipment change. However, she's been off the track for 4 odd months. I don't know where she is in her preparation. And then you got Lolly, Willows.
Willows, yeah.
She's consistent. She's going to get it right soon, but I've got a preference for Onward. So for me, banker Onward, and I'm actually having a bet on Onward, Clyde. I think she's very, very
Confident.
hard to beat. Yes.
All right, well, we'll see how that goes. Get Gavin Lorena home on the De Kock horse here at 12 Onward. We're bankering in the place accumulator. All right, let's get on to race number 3 now. Maiden Plate. This is over the 14. We'll keep him up as straight here. At this stage, the 12 horses out. We're aware of the 12 not running. Only 12 horses left in the race right now, and the market has got them priced up as follows. Dr. Strangelove is trading at 19 to 10 to win it. Calvin Habib riding for the Alec Laird stable. 3, who is Winding Power, is at 5 to 1. 4, Sky Pilot is 5 to 1. And number 11 on the card, Covered Charge, is trading at 8. So I think 1 Sendai 10s, and then 10 to 1 about the 2 Beach Walker, 12 to 1 about number 13, One State. We've got a couple of replays for you. We've got One State, and we've got Dr. Strangelove. We're going to have a look back. Daryl, let's talk through Dr. Strangelove, who's highlighted here.
Look at him, Clyde. The minute Gavin puts a stick on him, watch the tail. Not enjoying that stick, is he? But in saying that, Clyde, this is a green individual, and if Calvin now gets told to keep the stick off him, and he's green...
Yeah, he's going to improve from that. He has One State. What did you make of this?
Yeah, Clyde, this was a nice effort. You know that the horse that he ran behind obviously franked that for him because Sheriff Paul Brown came out to win again. This was his first run as a gelding. He's since strip fitter. He's come on. So I'm expecting him to build on this effort. He was there for a long way and then just got tired late.
Yeah.
Clyde, my concern is...
Sutter's Mill to run next time.
Do you remember Alec Laird won the previous race when Dr. Strangelove was debuting? He won the second race with a horse called Stone Cold, or Gone Cold. And he said he's expecting the first timer to go very close to winning. He was very green around the bend. It was a very poor field, I must be frank. It wasn't a field of high quality.
Yeah.
Weaker than what he meets here. This is a stronger field, and he's green. He's still very green, and he's no doubt might prove to be the best horse in time to come. But let's hope that race has woken him up enough to be very competitive over here. I've got my doubts. I want to see him build on that effort. Plus, he comes back in trip, so let's see how he goes. Cover Charge interests me a lot. You know, he came to the track with a huge reputation. There was money for him on debut. There was money for him in a big way in the anti-post market. That was around the bend. He got into the race very late. The winner on that occasion bolted up. Then he went around the bend from a tricky draw. Now he's been gelded.
Yeah.
And I think he's on the right side of the track. Let's hope so, Clyde. Let's hope the position...
And that form line's fairly strong,
let's
isn't
hope
it?
the pens are in the middle of the track this time around.
Couple of winners from there.
Yes, What a Warrior. There's one other, what was it?
Yeah. F15K Joe.
Yeah, F15K Joe, that's it. So I like number 11 over here. I expect number 13 to improve, and I'm also including number 4, Sky Pilot. Did you see his last run over 1200 with the blinkers? He was running on starkly. Now they've taken the blinkers off. They've stepped him up to 1400. He's damn one up to a mile. I think he's going to love it. Another one that could be potentially on the right side of the track. I'm going 4, 8, 11 and 13. I'm on the fringes of 2,000. Are you happy
Yeah,
with that,
happy,
Clive?
happy. 210% is good enough for us. Thank you for that. And no bankers in this pick six. Okay, guys, let's get a handicap now. We're going around the bend this time, 1,700 meters, and the market has got them this morning as one War Reporter Wednesday morning, don't forget, priced up at 28 to 10. 8 red light, green light, 3 to 1. 2 Mount Darwin is 5s. Number 12, Full Goes 11 to 2. They're backing that, interestingly enough. Billy Rates has also been shortening. And number 9, Tracksuit Dave, is at 7 to 1. 7 repetition. 8 to 1, another chance for that, and then any price about all of the others. Couple of replays. We've got Mount Darwin. Let's go quickly have a look at that. And we've got War Reporter. Let's talk about Mount Darwin in this instant attraction winning here in front.
Yes, he was well supported on this occasion. A lot of money for him, Clyde, and he put up a gallant effort up the middle of the track. He actually came the scenic route around the bend.
Repetitions in here too, huh?
Yeah, so I do note that repetition, there's an equipment change. But on that, he has to confirm the form with repetition. Here's War Reporter. Now, Clyde, he breezed into the lead and then he started hanging around. Still, I think this horse is actually still learning how to race.
Red light, green light at the rail.
Yeah, and once again, I don't foresee any reversal in form over there either. Clyde, War Reporter's a very lightly raced 4-year-old, and he's extremely well bred. I think the penny's finally dropped for him. I know he's picked up a 3 kg penalty. I don't think that's going to be of any hindrance. I do just want to say that on that occasion, the replay we watched, he did have the gun run. Everything went perfectly for him. Now, he's got a little bit of a tricky drawn out in 6, but he's going to get some cover, and I think he's the one to beat. He's obviously got more scope than Mount Darwin and Full Go, who happen to be my second and third choices. So I've got a preference in order 1, 2, and 12.
Confident the one?
Nah,
Confident?
no, I've got respect for Mount Darwin. Have a look what rating he's off, Clyde. He's off a 77. I think he's very competitive off that mark, and he's well drawn now. So unlike what the replay we just saw, he should get a nice run. Full Go for a change cracks a decent draw with Muzi Yeni aboard. If he can hold his position himself, I think he could be a factor. So in order 1, 2, 12.
1, 2, 12. Happy with that. Okay,
Smaller players, sorry, Clyde.
Yes.
Smaller players.
Can
Have
go
a little
War
bit of
Reporter.
a banker number 1 in a tighter jacket.
Yeah, just on what I saw in the replay, I kind of like, although the form line might not be, but what I saw in action, I thought War Reporter continues to improve. That's a 90 Rand jackpot. There's been money for Angel Oasis here, race number 5, number 6 that is. Angel Oasis for the De Kock team, Jeff Saister's on it, is currently trading at 7 to 2. The horse was at around 9 to 2, so there's been action. 1 Mystical Miss is currently trading at 7 to 2. Number 3 Maverick Queen is at 4 to 1. 4 Quiet Winter is 4 to 1. 2 Spirit Tricks is at 8 to 1. And number 8 Hats is at 10 to 1. They bet 12 to 1 and better about the balance. 2 reruns. We're going to start. We'll start up with Angel Oasis. This is that last start. Daryl, let's talk us through up the middle of the track.
Yes, this happened to be her first run for the new yard. And look who's alongside her there, Clyde. Good old Taking a Risk, who gave Catfish a fright out at the Vaal on Tuesday. The second and fourth place fillies and mares, there she goes. And Jazz Pianist, they've both come out and run places in the next slots. Look who's alongside Quiet Winter over there, Clyde. Taking a Risk again.
So you've worked it out, have you?
Taking a Risk is a bit of a line horse of year.
Yes.
There's not going to be much separating the two of them. That's Angel Oasis and Quiet Winter. Quiet Winter of a year was returning from a short layoff, right?
Yep.
She was drawn on the wrong side. She's going to strip fitter, and she's run a place second over the course and distance. They've met in the past, Clyde. Go back beyond season's greetings, and you'll see that Quiet Winter actually got the better of Angel's Oasis on that occasion. They were both drawn out wide. There's not going to be much separating them. I just was very impressed with Angel's Oasis turn of foot last time out. You know, when she was with James and Timothy, they've always, every time Timothy was interviewed for Track Talk, he said how well this filly's doing. And now she's maybe just pennies
Switched on.
dropped and she switched on the, a change is as good as a header,
Sure.
holiday sometimes. I'm not worried about her draw on the inside because the pace is angled towards the inside. She's going to be looking for some cover. So I'm going 6 from 4.
Fair enough. Angel Oasis may well continue on that winning streak. Maybe go back to back here with Jeff Saister on. Danger for Daryl as the 4 Quiet Winter. Well, Rabble Rouser came out, funny enough, Wednesday morning, and all the perms had to be changed because it was the principal play for Daryl, but not running anymore. So, yeah, there are a few others now that would have to have a say in the race. So let's take a look at the adjusted betting since this horse has been taken out, Rabble Rouser. They've got the One Fair Proposal, who is atop of the boards, and that is priced up at 33 to 10. 2 Opera Fan is at 5 to 1. Number 4 Sigrid Swing is at 5 to 1. There was a bit of money for Sigrid Swing when Rabble Rouser was in the race, so there's a further adjustment for that. And the 8 Beautiful Rainier is at 5 to 1. the 9 Ada Lovelace also at 5s, and then you can get 10s and better about the balance. So the money horse, let's call it that, Sigrid Swing. Let's take a look at that replay because we've got that lined up for you. And this Daryl, the last occasion, she had Ada Lovelace behind, Miss Novak's and Lovable.
Yes, now Lovable's come out to win. Now, Clyde, on this occasion, this filly needs to be hidden away. And she was travelling so well going through the 600 that Jared said in the post-race interview he just couldn't hold on to her anymore. He had to let her roll. So it was a lovely win.
Yeah.
Very, very encouraging one. So, from what I saw over there, despite the turnaround in the weights, I think Sigrid Swing will confirm the form with Ada Lovelace. So she went into my perms. Opera Fan, sure. Clyde, I'm still very upset with myself. I said on the show so many times, and I said, Kensal Green doesn't stay, Kensal Green doesn't stay. Both times they brought her back in trip. Both times I went against her and I got a hiding of note. And last time out I went with Opera Fan. It was over a mile in the soft. The blinkers stay on, and Mr. Matchett has brought her right back in trip. I'm very keen to see how she goes. She didn't impress me last time out. So she's my third choice. But the one I'm leaning towards over here, Clyde, and if you can give me the price on her, is number 6, Crystal Grove.
15 to 1.
15 to 1.
At the moment. Yep. That's the adjusted market, eh?
Now we're opening up.
Is it?
Yes.
Sure.
Now it's time to
Talk
open
up.
up.
What's going on? Why?
Tongue tie goes on, Clyde. Look at that. The tongue tie, the keys, the equipment change. The tongue tie gets fitted. Have a look at the comments. Choked up. Last time out. Have a look at her rating. Down from 82 to 77. Blaine gets aboard. Takes off a further 2.5 kilograms. Gonna strip fitter.
All right. Nice.
Clyde, I think she can win. Would I be surprised if she doesn't feature? Absolutely not. So I'm not taking any places.
Okay.
It's duck or no dinner. Yeah.
Right. Got you.
We
Straight
getting
up.
stuck in wins. Number 6, Crystal Grove.
Very nice.
Respect for Sigrid Swing and Opera Fan.
Got it. Thank you so much. So we're using Crystal Grove in our play, the Shruti, if you like, in this race. Sean Terry, Blaine Marks Jacobson, they team up. Number 6 on the card. And take a pick 3. In the first leg of that pick 3, make sure you got all of 2, 4 and 6. Okay, on to race 7. 2 to go now. The favourite number 9, Seasons Greetings. We do have a replay. We'll show it to you in a minute. We also got for 3, Captain Selby, the top 2 in the betting. Well, the 9 Seasons Greetings, 4 to 1 at the moment. Number 3, Captain Selby, is 9 to 2. There's been money for Tony Peters' horse. It has shortened from 6s into 9 to 2. 5 United Offer is at 11 to 2 at this point in time. 10 Russian Nobility, 13 to 2, together with a 12 Lost for Words. And then 10 to 1 about the 1 Kamati River. 20s and better the balance. They have taken out the 4. It's not running. So make a note of that. We've got a couple of replays. Let's start with Captain Selby. We'll go there. And Daryl can talk us through this particular replay. This was when it won last time, right behind it, waiting on Charlie. And
yeah, look at her. She seems to be hanging inwards, Clyde. She seems to be hanging inwards. And Calvin gets her to straighten up. And when she runs straight, look at that. She's really impressive, isn't she?
She pulls away.
What a lovely win.
I think
Sure.
Magic Carpet Ride came from there. Yeah, Season's greetings. Talk us through this replay.
This was quite a strong race, Clyde. Now, also look right down towards the inside is my sneaker, Pointer. Look who's in this race. Karate Kid, The Last Duke, Zalatoris. I mean, this was a strong race. Max the Magician. Pointer only got tired late towards the inside, didn't she?
Yeah.
Um,
You like a
No.
bit of Pointer, or what's the story?
let's go back to Captain Salvi. Their handicap was clearly impressed, Clyde. Maximum 4 kgs. So it's going to be hard for her. But you know what? Based on what I saw over there, maybe she's going to enjoy being up against that inside running rail. And you know, this filly's sure. I mean, she's really found her straps now and she's in great form. She is, however, returning from 2.5 months off the track. So let's see how she goes. Not going to be rushing in to have a bet on her, but I think she's going to be a massive runner. Season's greetings off a very competitive mark. No weight to shoulder. Back in her handicap. There's everything pointing towards her running a blinder once again. But I liked what I saw from Pointer over there. You know, this filly has plummeted in the ratings. Every time she attempts to go a bit further, she's too fierce in her races. Last time out, she was on the wrong side. She came up for air late.
Yeah.
52 to shoulder. What price is Pointer?
I think any price at the moment you can get
She's my sneaker over here.
25.
25. Sure, Clyde. I don't know what these bookies are doing. Does Christmas come early? Well, no, on Thursday afternoon, or we might be buried once again. You know what, Clyde, we actually did very well at the Vaal on Tuesday. One result stuffed us. Only one. That's all it takes. You can be a genius for 6 races or 5 races. One comes undone and the worst tipster in the world. You know how it works.
No.
Vamanos is also overpriced in my mind. Russian Nobility put up a lovely comeback effort last time out. Gonna appreciate the 1200 from what we saw. So yes, it does get tricky, but right now, Pointer 25 to 1.
Nice value.
Worth a nibble.
Sure, let's hope. 25 to 1. Pointer. Let's get it home. African Prince tops the boards in the next. That is Roy Magner's horse that Blaine Marks Jacobson's riding. It's priced up at 22 to 10 at the moment. Number 2, Romilly, is at 11 to 2. Number 10, Geostorm, 7s. 8, Dante's Bond, 15 to 2. And number 14, Trail Runner, 10 to 1 with the 16 horse Arizona Magic at 10s. 12s and better about the balance. Replays, let's go there. Then we'll get Daryl in and see what the story is. Yes, African Prince.
Yeah, this is the day that Richard came up to the Highveld to make things right, according to his words. And unfortunately for him, look who's alongside him. Blaine Marks Jacobson taking off the 2.5. And just couldn't go past him over there.
Lead the charge one again, didn't it?
One again.
Yep.
One out at the Vaal on Tuesday.
Yes.
Clyde, I mean, they spread right across the track over here, right down the inside. Romilly picked them off best of all. And there were a few races up the straight on this day over the same course and distance, and his time was by far the quickest. And if you listen to the post-race interview, you would hear how
It was impressive, that, huh?
Mr. Johan Janssen van Vuren has always rated this horse, but yet he didn't deliver. And maybe they've something switched on over here for the Werner's family and Rakesh Sugalam, because on that victory, Clyde, he's going to win again.
Didn't Legendary come out of there also?
I think
Your
so,
horse that
yes.
that
That's
you
right,
backed,
yes.
Legendary.
Legendary came out of there, and one other.
Plumbago Park, I think. was that?
Plumbago Park,
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
the form's quite strong. I like that on the
But
way
he
it
was
won.
super impressive. 3
So can we
kgs
back this, or are
penalty.
you worried about it?
It's a big field, Clyde. I'm sure this horse was meant to run again since then. I'm sure. I just couldn't find it in the Starps reports if it was a meeting that was abandoned or
You
he was
respect
scratched.
African Prince?
I do respect African Prince. Once again, Clyde, we're doing this on Wednesday morning. Where's the going? I don't know. But have a look at Dante's Bond, Clyde. I mean, last time out, I know he was well beaten, but he's a lightly raised 3-year-old this, and no respect to Blaine, disrespect to Blaine, but now Gavin's aboard. And if Gavin's on the right side of the track, and this horse is on the front from the jump, why can't he win? he's in with a serious claim. I don't know where the best going is, Clyde. I don't know. The numbers 1 and 2 are drawn towards the inside. Dante's Bond's drawn towards the outside. I'm not saying the going's any inferior, but sometimes there's a bias.
So Sorry was a bit
watch-
stiff on Tuesday.
Yeah, very stiff. Clyde, have a look at number 15, Cold Shine. Now, he's clearly lost the plot, but his rating has plummeted down to a 75. If the going is favored towards the outside, he comes alive in a huge way. Number 15, Cold Shine. At the moment, you cannot discount anything sent out from a stable in form.
What's he
such
come
as
here
the
for?
Decox.
The winter,
Oh,
the
well,
winter going, the winter
I don't know.
form.
Well,
Okay.
he's come here because everything's moved to the cock.
Yeah.
So,
No, you
Yeah.
maybe would have
What
stayed in
price is
Durban, but
he?
I mean, he's here.
what
All
price
right.
is he?
He's Cold Shine. What price is that? I think it's
40 to
also-
1.
Yeah, any price.
No.
No, but are you also? Are you? I hope you're okay. This is putting us into these big price horses. Are you all
I'm
right this
having.
morning?
There's another one we'll have a nibble on.
Sure. Okay. All right. That's nice to hear that we got those kind of priced horses. Hopefully they can arrive for us. That's the latest in terms of the trifectas. We're floating 2 of them, the 2 and the 8, with those horses at the back. But have a bit of a nibble.